Over the past week, Kenya has been buzzing with discussions about the costs incurred by President William Ruto during his week-long visit to the United States. This high-profile visit was at the invitation of U.S. President Joe Biden, marking a significant moment in diplomatic relations between the two nations. However, the focus of public discourse has not solely been on the importance of the visit. Rather, it has centered around the mode of transport chosen by the president. The elephant in the room is the decision to travel on a private jet instead of using Kenya's national carrier, KENYA AIRWAYS. Many Kenyans voiced their opinions, arguing that the president should have opted for a more budget-friendly option that would reflect the government's commitment to austerity measures. The choice of a luxury private jet has raised eyebrows, especially given the ongoing economic challenges faced by many citizens. While the exact cost of the private jet remains unclear, President Ruto addressed the concerns in a statement made on Sunday. He claimed that the amount spent on the private jet was actually cheaper than what would have been incurred had he traveled with Kenya Airways. Fellow Kenyans, I have noted concerns about my mode of transport to the USA. As a responsible steward of public resources, and in keeping with my determination for us to live within our means, I can assure you that the cost was less than traveling on KQ, he stated. However, the president did not disclose the specific amount he paid for the private jet, nor did he provide a comparison with the costs that would have been associated with using Kenya Airways. This lack of transparency has only fueled further debate among citizens, many of whom are demanding clearer explanations about government spending. Reports indicate that the royal jet used by President Ruto had a capacity of 34 seats. Estimates suggest that hiring a Boeing business jet similar to the one used during his trip can cost approximately $18,000 per hour, which is roughly equivalent to $2,358,000. Given that the journey to Atlanta, Ruto's first stop in the U.S., takes about 19 hours from Kenya, the one-way trip would amount to approximately $71,404 at that hourly rate. Moreover, additional costs must be considered, such as parking fees, the number of days the jet would be in use, and landing and takeoff taxes, all of which would contribute to the final bill. These additional expenses could significantly inflate the total cost of the private jet hire. A return journey to John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York costs $147,715. If we multiplied that amount by the 30 business class seats available on a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, the total would come to $25,431,450. The Dreamliner also accommodates 204 economy seats, priced at $264,230 for a return ticket, leading to a total of $53,900 and $2,920 for all economy seats. President William Ruto's recent trip to the United States, where he opted for a private jet instead of using Kenya Airways, has sparked public outrage. The estimated cost for hiring an entire Kenya Airways plane for a round trip is about $79.3 million. With the potential for fluctuating prices based on booking times. Beyond airfare, additional costs arose from Ruto's movements within the U.S., such as the transfer from Atlanta to Andrews Air Force Base in Washington, D.C. This choice of a private jet has been controversial, particularly as the Kenyan government recently imposed new taxes, straining an already burdened population struggling with rising living costs. Critics argue that the luxury travel contradicts the government's commitment to austerity and fiscal responsibility. The situation has amplified calls for greater transparency in government spending, especially during tough economic times. As Ruto's U.S. visit progresses, citizens are eager for a detailed breakdown of the costs, questioning the government's priorities. The controversy underscores broader concerns about governance, accountability, and the disconnect between political leaders and everyday citizens. The public continues to demand responsible spending and transparency from its leaders. What are your thoughts on the decision to use a private jet versus the national carrier? We'd love to hear your opinions in the comments below. If you found this discussion informative, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more insights into current events and political matters. Until next time, stay informed and engaged.